Okay, so when it comes to your testimony, I have typically two. I have one testimony that will hit upon the main components of our membership, with the exception of bill collection or debt collection, and the second one, which will hit on not upon, not necessarily upon all those things, but it's still powerful. So the first one I'm going to share with you all, I'm not going to break it down into three different components, but you're going to see the three components at play when I share the story, where it's going to be the consultation, letter, and letter written, and contract document review. That'll be the first one. The second one is going to be completely different from that, but here we go. So this might take about, hopefully I can get this down to 2 minutes. Sometimes this goes long, but hope I can get it short. Okay, so this is the first one regarding the bullet points that I talked about before as far as our strongest features. Okay, so I'll tell the business owner, like, when I first moved to the area and started my own business, I wanted to do something to kind of keep some income coming in. So I looked at being one of these rideshare drivers that had just came out. Now, because these were brand new, I didn't really know if I should do it or not, because I heard they were illegally. I heard they weren't. But because I'm a Legal Shield member, I was able to pick up the phone, call my attorney, get my question answered about it. Can I do this or not? Without being charged. He went ahead and gave me my advice, but which he actually said I shouldn't do it because he saw some things within it that the company and how they were structured that he didn't agree with their ethics. But I was being arrogant and ignorant, and I went ahead and did it anyway. Glad I was a Legal Shield member. Reason why is shortly after I started driving for them, I had to wash my vehicle, and one of the decals that they required for us to have when I took it off of my car to get it washed, it had scratched up the paint on my brand new BMW at that time, and I was livid. I got the estimate, it was $750, but when I contacted the company, they only wanted to give me $250. I wasn't cool with that, so I called my attorney. He went ahead and wrote them a letter, which didn't cost me anything, which is great because I'm a member. And when they got the letter from my attorney, they called me back apologizing for how they had previously handled it and offered to pay the full amount. I thought that was great, so they sent me a release document. They're like, just send that to us, and overnight we'll send you the money. So I've read the document, it looked good, but I was about to sign it, but I was like, well, let me call my lawyer because I have one and see if he can review the document. He did, and when he did, this 4-page document would look fine except for one word on the first paragraph, which said the word future claims. What I came to learn was that because that word was in there, what that was saying is that I could get my money back for the scenario, but if I had any kind of future claims against this company by signing this release statement, I would waive my rights to use a lawyer in the future regarding any kind of claim that I might have against them. He was like, that's not cool. We're going to take that out. We're only going to agree if they agreed to keep that word out of this document. So we sent it back to them. Once they got the document back, they were like, oh my God, we didn't see that word was in there. It was a total oversight on our part. I don't know how that happened. And of course I knew how that happened, but I'm sure they didn't know that I could afford or have a law firm to be able to look at my documents for me. So needless to say, I got my money, but I also kept my rights in that scenario. And it was really good I did, because it came up again later on where I had to use them again, and I got more money because I had a law firm having my back. So let me ask, based upon all the things I shared with you about this service, what are some things that you see you could use this for either today or tomorrow or in the past for your business? Okay, so that's one. You've probably heard the three different components between consultation, letters written, and contract document review. And you also at the very end of that, we transition to asking questions to see, to find out what they could use it for, what they could in the past, just to go ahead and have them resell themselves on the service. So that's important. Okay, I'm gonna do the next video is going to be covering one more personal testimony that doesn't have much to do with those three components, a little bit, but not much. And you'll see how you can use other parts of our membership to go ahead and do a personal testimony before you transition to the questions. All right, see you back in a moment.